The Republicans very much want to retake the House in 2022, but what path should they take? This guy, he wants candidates that are all like in a very specific way. They all like him. And that's pretty much it. They also tend to be pretty crazy, which makes it a risky proposition. Are these the sorts of candidates that can actually win in swing districts? Well, there's one man who doesn't seem to think that that is likely, House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, because he's actually kind of quietly behind the scenes raising money for more moderate Republican candidates that don't have the support of Donald Trump. According to CNN, he's quietly raised $100,000 for 5 of the 10 members of Congress thought to be in Trump's crosshairs in this electoral cycle. McCarthy is said to be concerned that should a far-right candidate win a primary in those swing districts, they would stand no chance against a Democrat in a general election. And with control of the House likely to come down to a precious few seats in 2022, McCarthy believes those moderates may be the key to his reclaiming the Speaker's chair. He's apparently also gone as far as to ask Trump to back off of 2 House moderates, Representative John Katko and Representative David Valadao. So look, this is there's been a negative response to this from some. Marjorie Greene tweeted like 1,000 times today about the fact that the Republicans are backing these moderates that she despises so much. I haven't seen a response from Trump yet, but I imagine he is not going to like this. I mean, he has been on a tear against the people who voted for his impeachment, anyone who's not sufficiently supportive of him. And so you have these different goals, retaking the House and Trump being happy, that might collide in advance of the primaries.
Okay, so I love this for many reasons, and I'm ready to shock the world. In this catfight between Donald Trump and Kevin McCarthy, I rule for Donald Trump.
What?
So for a couple of reasons. Number one, I believe in internal party fights, and so when the establishment, whether it's in the Democratic Party or the Republican Party, says, no, I do declare we must protect all people who are already currently in power, and it doesn't really matter what their principles are, their policies are, etc. Shut up and bow your head. I don't agree. I think it's a terrible way to go, and I think these fights oftentimes make the parties stronger. That's why the Republican Party is infinitely stronger than the Democratic Party, because they've been having these fights and putting out their message and pushing the entire country more to the right. So as a matter of strategy, I generally agree with it. Now, in this particular case, the second reason why I like it is normally, and I've said this for 20 years, you can go back and watch the tapes, and every time Rachel Maddow's like, oh, can you believe the Republicans are fighting? It's so great. I'm like, no, it's not. It only makes them stronger, okay? But in this case, no, they are already massively right-wing. And they have lost purple districts and purple states. So if Trump gets his way and they get like radical anti-vaccine, anti-fax, sanity candidates, which is the only kind that Trump will okay, because they have to say, by definition, they have to say Joe Biden's not the actual president, Donald Trump is, he's gonna get reinstated, and whatever other fiction that they're going to invent, right? Those candidates in a purple district are not likely to win these days, right? Why? Look at what happened in Georgia. And Trump, by doing this exact tactic, cost the Republicans the Senate. And now he might cost them the House. So keep going, brother, way to go. I'm with Trump on this one. Okay, McCarthy, no, you don't want sane people in purple districts. You want insane people. That's the right strategy. You better bow your head. Marjorie Taylor Greene and Trump are mad at you.
You know what's funny is, isn't it interesting to see where these people have drawn their lines? When they're like, this is enough. When they're like, these are the people that sat by and watched Donald Trump say and do whatever he wanted to do for the amount of time that he was in office and then some, and just watched America just crumble. How many people did you say died, Cenk?
656,000.
Yeah.
656,000 people. This is the stuff that forces me to always remind people that these politicians don't care about you. All they care about is winning, and all they care about is money, because they don't care. They don't care about you. They pretend care about the country while the country's been on fire for all these years. Now they're gonna draw the line and say we're not against this lunatic. We don't want to be affiliated with this lunatic. When this lunatic had everybody in the jar, that's an expression, in the jar. We say that in the hood. Had him in the jar and what was he doing? He was, what's the word? I don't want to be too hood on here today, but he kept playing with them because Donald Trump has to have an amazing bolt of information that he blackmails people with, because everybody just fell in line. Now the cuckoo lady, who should be subject to a psychiatric evaluation before anything else in life, is upset with McCarthy. Trump is upset. Thank God we don't have to hear this man on all social media anymore, because it really was traumatic for the American people. But what I'm saying is we sit here and we have these party conversations and this infighting. The reality of it is that a lot of these people are in the same gang, and they are all in it for the almighty dollar, and they could care less about you. And the ones who actually care about you are the ones that are getting death threats, the ones that are being called communists, the ones that are constantly under fire. The very small minority of public officials that actually care about the American people are the outliers that people continuously throw under the bus. And these people who don't care about you playing these games, like I said, they keep playing with you because you don't read books, you don't have a good education, you don't know the difference between, I don't even know, you didn't learn anything that was of value to you so that you can survive in this world. You learned the Pythagorean theorem, but they didn't teach you how to balance a checkbook. This is a country that you live in, and now they're playing these games with your life.
Yeah, they don't know any theorems, let's be honest. Okay, so last thing here, Donald Trump, again, tactically, I don't disagree. This is how you gain complete control of a party. If you oppose me, I eliminate you in a primary, okay? So strategically, he is correct. But of course, the problem here is it's not in service of the party or its principles. It's only in service of Donald Trump. That's why I say in this case, it's self-destructive for the Republican Party, and that's why I'm in favor of it. But understand that, this is a normal friction and a normal battle. It's just Trump misuses his power because he doesn't care about anyone else. He doesn't care about passing legislation so the voters can have higher wages or better healthcare. He's probably never even thought of it. I mean, remember the first time when he was president, he talked about healthcare. It's like no one knew it was this complicated because he'd never given it a second thought. Helping the voters, who cares, right? So, but finally, again, Ida wins the day with putting them in a jar. And I immediately started thinking, what kind of jar? Is it Smuckers? And then I thought, Schmuckers.
That is true. Yeah, totally misusing the power. This would be equivalent to Hillary Clinton just going around the country choosing people based exclusively on them liking her.
Yeah.
That's not a model. It makes me wonder, and I know we don't have time to really go into it, but can you even conceive of, they love to say that chuckleheads like Marjorie Greene and Lauren Boebert are the right's equivalent to the Squad. They're not, there's no comparison. But can you even conceive of something like it on the right actually arising? If right-wing populism actually existed and wasn't just a sham by rich people like Tucker Carlson, that organically, not connected to the party, people who were right-wing but actually identified problems out there that conservatives are facing, came up with solutions that were founded in conservative values, actually ran and began winning primaries, not connected to the ruling powers of the Republican Party. I can't even imagine that actually happening. I have seen no sign of it, but I don't know, just something to think about.
There are only two powers in the Republican Party, corporate donors and Donald Trump. And they're both out for themselves and don't care about you at all. And that's the main point that Ida was making and John was making. And there's no disputing that. Whereas, by the way, in the Democratic Party, there's also the corporate donors also looking out for themselves. But there's actually a wing of the party like Bernie's where he ran on the slogan of not me, us. Because he's actively trying to bring you in and serve you. That was actually the whole point of democracy. But all of the Republican Party and a lot of the Democratic Party have forgotten that.
Well, why don't we talk about the feud between those two parts of the party now?
I just wanted to say one thing quickly. the language, like if you listen to the language of the public officials, when they say what's best for conservatives or what's best for liberals, those are the people you want to run away from. Because the people who are real public officials, regardless of where they stand politically, what they should be saying is what's best for the American people. And that is what turned me off from a lot of these, even Democrats, because we have to change the language, because we should be caring about all the American people, even if we think that they are whatever we think they are. I'm not gonna call them out of their names. I'm not in the mood for that today. But I just really feel that when you hear people just only speaking about the people who think like them and believe like them, those are the people who do not need to be in public office.
Yeah, I can't help but add one thing to that. Guys, if you're out there and you're watching this, or you ever watch us, understand we're not trying to get higher wages just for progressives or just for Democrats. We're trying to get higher wages for everybody, okay? We fight for them even if they hate us. So yeah, I call them schmuckers, but I want them to have health care so their kids don't die. Because we're the good guys. So that's why we look out for even them. Even no matter what they say about us and no matter what they think about us, we're still gonna get them higher wages, we're still gonna get them healthcare, and we're still gonna protect the planet that they live on.
Yeah, I mean, what have we done? 5,000 segments about COVID trying to stop people from being killed because they happen to watch Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity?
Yeah.
Like desperately trying to get through to people that hate our guts so that they won't die. 100%.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.